Tonight, the Call 6 investigators are digging into how guns end up in the hands of the mentally ill and what our state is doing about it.
Federal records we obtained show Indiana is behind other states when it comes to sharing mental health records for background checks. Call 6 investigator Kara Kinney has been digging into why Indiana is lagging behind and what it could mean for your safety. Kara?
That's right, Erica. The National Instant Criminal Background Check System, or NICS, is used when someone buys a gun to determine if they're eligible. Most states, including Indiana, require reporting some mentally ill people to NICS. But federal records we obtained show Indiana is lagging behind when it comes to sharing this information, and some argue that's a safety concern.
Down 911, what's the location of your emergency?
There are gunshots in the hallway. I'm a teacher in the school.
At Virginia Tech, Cho Sang-hui was mentally ill, but passed a background check, brought guns onto campus, and killed 32 people. IMPD officer Jake Laird was killed 10 years ago, but the memory is still fresh for his parents, Mike and Debbie.
There was a sheriff's deputy and a chaplain standing on the front porch, and I knew.
The suspect, Kenneth Anderson, had a history of psychiatric problems.
That pain is still there. We've just learned how to live with that pain.
Nikki McNally says Indiana can do more to keep guns away from the dangerously mentally ill. She's a Carmel mother with a group called Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America.
I got involved after the Newtown tragedy, and it was just the last straw for me.
McNally's group is affiliated with Everytown, a gun safety campaign that released this study, Closing the Gaps. It ranked Indiana toward the bottom, 34th when it comes to sharing mental health records with the NICS federal database. The report says Indiana shared only 5,400 records total, or 83 records per 100,000 residents. In comparison, Colorado has shared nearly 10 times that.
It is a critical issue, and we are clearly not doing things well enough here with submitting 5,000 records.
Federal records obtained by the Call 6 investigators confirmed Indiana is lagging behind most other states. The Call 6 investigators went straight to the courts. Since 2009, they're the ones required to physically enter the mental health data that gets shared with the feds. The courts tell us they're doing everything they're supposed to do.
So we're not confused about it at all.
Kathy Williams is the mental health coordinator for Marion County Probate Court. If someone is a danger to themselves or others, a judge can have that person held against their will for treatment.
Once they are committed, we can enter it into the database so they can't get a gun.
So if the courts are reporting what they're supposed to, why are Indiana's numbers so low? Critics say the problem is Indiana's law is not retroactive. Unlike states like Texas, Indiana does not require courts to look at past mental health records and share those with the feds.
Is it putting people in danger?
Absolutely.
State Representative and former police officer Linda Lawson says the legislature needs to re-examine the law.
We're not doing something right. I mean, obviously, we aren't doing what we should be doing to protect the people that live in the state.
The Call 6 investigators spoke with several experts who are concerned gun safety efforts are only perpetuating a stigma about the mentally ill.
Folks with serious mental illness are much more likely to be victims of violence than they are to be perpetrators of violence.
Dr. George Parker does criminal evaluations, such as incompetence to stand trial.
Legally buying guns is only one way you can get a gun. There are many other ways to get guns.
For example, the mentally ill man who shot Jake Laird used his mom's guns. Sharing mental health records would likely not have made a difference in Jake Laird's case, but his parents still support the idea.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to share the information between states or between anything?
At Virginia Tech, the shooter's mental health records were never shared with the NICS federal database, and that's why he was able to get a gun.
This is a picture that we have of Jake soon after he joined the police force.
It's too late to save Jake Laird, but gun safety groups argue sharing mental health records could save other lives.
Now, since the study was released, Indiana is now up to 6,100 mental health records shared with the federal government. Senator Brent Steele explains the reason Indiana did not adopt a retroactive law is because it would have cost too much.
So, Kara, you don't have to have a permit to buy a gun or to have one at your home, only to conceal and carry a gun?
That's right, Erica. And tonight at 11, we'll take you to the county in Indiana that has the highest percentage of gun permits per capita and also the highest percentage of women.
Now.